Today on SoFlo Home Project. Today we're going on an African adventure. Well, not really, but interior design can transport you to exotic locations. My caravan is waiting.
My name is Alfredo Brito, and I'm the president of Brito Interiors. We do mostly high-end homes and apartments all over. I don't want to sound like all over the world, but yes. I decorated this with the African motif in January, right after I took the holiday decor down. I describe it as an elegant European decor with African accents.
Today we get to experience what a luxury safari trip to Africa might feel like without leaving the comforts of home, thanks to interior designer Alfredo Brito and his latest inspiration behind his seasonal showcase. South Florida is color, texture, lifestyle. It's a vibrant collage of different cultures blended in different ways. This collage is where I work. I'm home decor expert Martin Amado. Let me help you design your lifestyle. Join me as we experience SoFlo Home Project. Welcome to SoFlo Home Project. Have you ever been intrigued to see how an interior designer decorates their own home? Well, today we get to explore Alfredo Brito's unique style in his private residence. He has over 33 years of experience with his design firm Alfredo Brito Interiors, and get this, he loves to redecorate the same spaces with different themes throughout the year in what he calls a seasonal showcase. Can you guess this one? I'm all dressed up for a style safari. Let's go check it out. On this tour, we get to experience one of the most unique spaces in Miami Shores. It reflects designer Alfredo Brito's love for old world elegance and Africa. It is a 1,500 square foot 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo. We begin our tour in the foyer. Hello.
Good morning.
Good to see you again, Alfredo.
Welcome, Martin.
So I've seen the photos, and honestly, walking in here, it's like I'm completely transported to another world, another country, if you will.
Yes, we're in Africa now.
Absolutely. So in interior design, we always talk about creating an experience for your clients, and you have certainly achieved that in your own home.
Yes, I'm kind of a storyteller. And since you walk in my apartment, I want you to experience my story.
Yes.
Which is, in this case, is a trip to Africa.
Our adventure takes us from the foyer to one of the most unique rooms of this home, the living room. Now we walk into the living room setting.
Right.
And here I can see the different textures. Obviously, when you think of Africa and safari, animal prints come to mind.
Exactly, exactly. So I have a mixture of zebra and tigers and leopards over there.
So cool. I love it.
Usually when you design something African, you get the spear, the shield, the bow and arrow. I didn't want any of that. I want the beautiful part.
Yeah.
The
more luxurious part of it, right?
Like the jewelry.
Yes.
That's why I find these necklaces, they're all very organic with seashells and beads and all that.
So the inspiration for this entire design came from that beautiful necklace, I understand?
Yes and no. During the holiday, I went to the Animal Kingdom Lodge in Walt Disney World, and I loved it. I loved the atmosphere when I was sitting in the lobby looking at the architecture, the ceilings, the everything. I said, oh, can I take this home? Okay, Martin, let me take you now to my favorite room.
Okay, so this is not it?
No.
Oh my God, because this is amazing. I can't wait to see what the rest of the home looks like.
Let's go.
It's right over here? Okay, let's go. What used to be the dining room is now part of the living room. So another cozy seating area?
Yes, this is actually my favorite area in the apartment. It's very cozy. It used to be the dining room of the apartment. And it was fit for 6 people, and I never have 6. I either have 4 or a whole bunch. So I said I'll turn it into an extension of the living room and do more like a bar area. So when I have 2, 3, 4 friends, usually we get together in this area.
And once again, this is where you see subtle references to the African theme, even though I know you said before that it's not 100% African inspired, it's more like a very European, almost like British colonial sort of feel, right?
Exactly, exactly. More than my love for Africa is my love for a period of time in Africa, which was the British colonial. The mixture of these two very different cultures.
Now, I love how everything around here is pretty much a neutral color. Is that something you recommend for someone that loves to change up their decor season-wise?
Definitely, yes. And when you create a more neutral background, you can add anything you want and it will work. Yeah.
Right. So of course, these are the main entertaining spaces. When we come back, we're gonna check out your kitchen, the space you actually use as your dining room, and so much more in this beautiful, stylish, African, European inspired
British
colonial, beautiful home of Alfredo Brito. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, there is so much more to explore on this safari-inspired interior design tour. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. Today we are taking a trip to another continent without leaving South Florida. And that's because we're touring Alfredo Brito's beautiful private residence, inspired with a very exotic theme, right?
Right, British colonial.
We move into the breakfast room, which has been converted into the new formal dining room. This used to be the breakfast nook, but it's become your main dining area.
Right, right. And to do so, I selected bigger pieces that what it was expected to be in a breakfast nook.
Yeah.
So I have this game table, which got drawers and everything.
Oh, cool.
See?
Oh, wow, okay.
The chandelier was the focal point. I found the chandelier and I love the shape because being a small room, it couldn't be round because it would have been massive. It's the jewel of the room.
With the walls, of course, we have the same upholstered velvet that we saw in your sitting areas, but I love the story behind this because actually behind this, pun intended, literally, there's another fabric. Raffia? You were saying? Like a linen?
There's a raffia, and then in another life, Scottish tartan plaid.
All right, okay.
And then velvet.
And now velvet.
So it's very cushiony by now.
Yeah. Talk to me about how you literally installed this because it's removable if you want in the future.
Right.
And that's because the installation is how?
Because I changed so much, it's staples. It's staple top and bottom.
Got it.
And then this little gallon, which we call a gimp.
Yeah, like the trim.
Right. With hot glue gun covers all the staples.
That's fascinating. Now, the other part that you told me that you wanted to make this area your more formal dining room is because you have beautiful windows all the way around.
Right. Back here we have a view of the water, and when I lift all of this, it's like floating in this corner, and it's very light and pretty.
Of course, I'm assuming you need like hurricane impact windows.
I have them.
So speaking of which, let's check in with Tac Renato from Florida Home Improvement Associates and see what projects he has for us today.
When we meet with homeowners, there's a lot of different reasons why families want to change out their windows and doors. For this particular family, it was to get rid of these old security bars was a main reason why they wanted to get rid of the old doors and these old security bars. They didn't want to keep looking through this every time they wanted to look outside, so they asked us if we could please remove these things and protect their home and their family with new hurricane windows and doors. Let's take a look at how the installation is going. When I got to this installation today, the very first thing the homeowner said to me was, thank you for having this zip wall up. They've been living here while we've been doing this installation over the last couple days, and they recognize how clean their home's been because of the attention to detail of just putting the zip wall up to do the installation. So they're really grateful for that. So that installation is going to go on, and we're going to continue to work on the rest of the house and see how this is finishing up. While the sliding glass door makes a drastic difference from what was in here before, they're really going to appreciate how easy this door opens and closes. And now that they don't have to walk through those security bars, it makes it a lot easier to access their deck. They asked for hurricane protection, so we went with a really good hurricane impact door from PGT. We had to keep the bronze frame to keep the look of the association and get the homeowners association approval. So we went with a bronze frame with hurricane impact glass, and we got rid of those unsightly security bars that they really wanted to get out of here. We're just going to put the finishing touches on this installation, and I know this family is going to be really happy with how everything turned out. They're going to be really safe for this hurricane season and all the storms in the future. Back to you, Martin.
Thank you, Tat. Great information as always. So Alfredo, this space obviously has a more European feel, but if you pay close attention, you still see sort of that African-inspired motif, especially with the area rug.
Right. Which is a cut pile, tone-on-tone zebra.
Yeah. So this matches back to the beautiful pillows on your sofa.
Right.
So of course you are a great interior designer, and I understand you're also a great professional cook, like a chef. And that's why you have this beautiful kitchen right here, right?
Right. No, that I am not.
The safari theme continues into the kitchen, which Alfredo calls a showcase kitchen because it is so impeccable and has never been used to prepare a meal.
So now I order out,
You pick up the phone, or
exactly, and it's like a gallery.
yeah, I mean it's a beautiful space to walk into.
I didn't like that the kitchen looks like a hallway because there was an entry on the left and an entry on the right, and it gives me a feeling of an airplane kind of kitchen. So if I closed the back, then it was more like a destination.
So of course we have so much more to see. We're going to transition from the main living areas to of course the sleeping quarters.
Yes.
And when you think of a safari, very luxury lifestyle, of course you think of mosquito nettings and things like that.
Right,
However,
and bamboo ceilings and
yeah,
fans.
Right.
Yes.
We're going to see all that minus the mosquitoes.
Right.
And air conditioner. Coming up next, we experience the exotic yet elegant style of this home's sleeping quarters. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. The expedition continues, and now we are inside Alfredo Brito's master suite. Now I think this is really where the upholstered walls creates that sensation of almost being inside a luxury tent, as if we were in Tanzania, Kenya,
Right.
you know, on a safari, and this is the way you want to sleep, right?
Right.
So here we have a canopy, you were saying, done with
Yes.
crown molding.
Right. The crown molding surrounds the whole bedroom, and then it comes out and it becomes part of the drapery and the canopy.
Beautiful.
The canopy is velvet on the outside and a linen inside. Headboard is also velvet.
Yes, that's the only way to go.
I think it adds a little coziness when you're lying in bed and you look up and you have the canopy. And also makes the bed stand out more.
It's a beautiful piece.
Thank you. And also it's good because it's got big drawers.
Right.
So I can put a lot in there. Everything is very eclectic. The mixture of antiques, of Art Deco, Balinese, British, makes it, I think, more interesting. I didn't want the feeling of a set that you go and you buy the nightstands, the armoire, and everything matchy-matchy. No, I wanted to have this feeling that I look for every piece.
And once again, a beautiful collection of artwork on the walls, and they're highlighted with their own individual picture light. Now, I must ask you, are they battery operated? Because I don't see anything plugged into the walls.
That's another good thing about putting the fabric on the wall, because you have a space between the fabric and the actual sheetrock. So all the cables are hidden between the fabric and the sheetrock. So it goes from one to the other, and I don't have to break any walls or anything. Later, when I want to remove the fabric, remove the paintings and the lamps, everything goes together.
Wow, that's great design. I'm just like in
you.
all of that, wow. So let's talk about the master bathroom. You have lived in this property for over 30 years, so the bathroom did not look like that when you first bought it, right?
No, so I turned it more into a spa. I got a huge jacuzzi and I really enjoy it. When I designed the master bathroom, I thought of it as my spa. Instead of having a shower, I have a jacuzzi, a very deep and large jacuzzi where I can be very comfortable. Of course, the bathroom couldn't be left out. The African theme. So I have all these paintings from also Martin Johnson and their adventures in Africa.
So we are going to be checking out a multifunctional space that also functions as a guest bedroom.
Right.
Yeah, but before we do that, let's go ahead and check in with our real estate expert, Roger Losi, to see what hot properties he has for us today, and I'll meet you right back here.
I'm Roger Losi with RE/MAX 5-Star Realty, and we're here in Southwest Ranches this week in Broward County to showcase a stunning hot property that just hit the market. We're here at 5800 Southwest 196th Lane, where we were greeted by this magnificent covered front porch. This home sits on a spacious, privately gated 1-acre lot. It's almost 5,000 square feet under air and features 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 2 half baths. This custom home was built in 1995 and has a magnificent family room with a full bar and fireplace, and there's rich wood flooring throughout. The kitchen features high-end stainless appliances, granite countertops, and a center island. Up above, there's an open loft area that works great as a second den. This space leads to the master bedroom, which has a steam room in the bath. But the backyard of this home is what's really going to sell it. It has a covered patio area with a summer kitchen, which is great for entertaining, and the pool is surrounded by lush landscaping. There's even a big play area in the backyard for the kids. Sellers did an appraisal of this property and found out that it's worth $925,000, but guess what? They've listed it for less than that. The asking price, $899,000. If you'd like to see this property, give me a call. Also this week, we have to tell you about a huge price reduction at a hot property we told you about last month. 351 Virginia Street sits less than 1 block from Hollywood Beach and its popular Broadwalk. The townhome has been completely remodeled and exquisitely finished. It has a brand new full-size washer and dryer, new AC system, and the electrical and plumbing were redone too. The new price on this beachside beauty, $649,000. For more information on these and other hot properties, log on to my website. It's rogerlosi.com and click the Hot Properties tab. And remember, if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, call me. My team's ready to guide you all the way through to the closing table.
Next on SoFlo Home Project, we conclude this safari designer tour in the guest bedroom. It's going to get wild. Welcome back to SoFlo Home Project. So Alfredo, I think where the rest of your home does have more of that European eclectic vibe with the global influence, I would say this room specifically does scream and reflect more of that safari African theme, right?
Yes, yes. And I did it with that purpose.
Yeah.
This was like the Cinderella of the house. Nobody walks into this poor room.
We conclude this safari designer tour in the guest bedroom.
It's a multi-purpose room because my file cabinets are here, my TV, when I watch a game or something with friends, we watch it here. And when I have guests, this sofa opens up as a bed. So it's a guest bedroom / office / TV room.
Den room. So
Right.
let me just sit down and experience it. This is like a distressed leather, right?
Right, it's a distressed leather sofa. And I want this room to be a little surprise. After the rest being so dark and velvety and European,
Yes.
to have a personality of its own.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to do all the raffia, the natural raffia on the walls, and the bamboo on the ceiling, which is actually a fence, the one that you buy in Home Depot to
exactly.
separate
So
a patio.
you literally just resurfaced your existing ceiling with the bamboo texture.
Correct. The idea of the bamboo ceiling came out after I decorated the whole room. But then my assistant, his name is Fabian, reminds me of a ceiling that we did 3 summers ago when we recreated a cabana. It was like, wow, yes, that's what it needed. And it really changed the feel of the room.
This does intrigue me. So was this a built-in the sense that the niches were already into the wall and you wrapped everything?
No, actually there was that column is one of the building columns that I couldn't remove.
Okay.
So what I did was I created another one and created this bookshelf.
Structure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you took what might be considered a negative and you worked it in your favor as
Into
a positive.
right.
I do love how this room is completely multifunctional. I mean, for your daily life, if you have guests come over, obviously this converts into a sleeper. And I also love the fact that your guests can even appreciate your beautiful view outdoors because they
Right.
have access to the balcony.
As a guest bedroom, it's really nice to have access to the balcony because you don't feel confined.
You do live in a high-rise, a very contemporary building, but yet the scenery outside, what you've created inside, does transport you into another world.
And I use my balcony a lot. I love being out here. I enjoy all this green around it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I see squirrels and birds and all kind of little animals. And
You feel closer to nature.
100%.
Alfredo, thank you again for being on SoFlo Home Project.
My pleasure having you all, and hope you visit me back soon.
Absolutely, I'm sure we will, because I can't wait to see what the next theme will be. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next weekend right here on Local 10. Ciao, ciao. If you missed any part of this home tour, or you're looking for more design inspiration, check out previous episodes online at SoFloHomeProject.com. You can also submit your own design disasters, and you never know, we could be knocking on your front door. Next week on SoFlo Home Project, we help the Make-A-Wish Southern Florida surprise a young future YouTuber by creating the studio of his dreams.